Ubiquiti stuff. My Ubiquiti, Ubiquiti. There it is. I don't have a knife somewhere. I also had some sonic fiber things, which the sonic fiber is the Coney rebrands of like shelves and speaker holders. So let's do this first before I pull out the Dream Machine. And this, I need to know people's opinion on Ubiquiti, the networking gear. Because networking gear, people either are like, oh yeah, Ubiquiti, I love it. They're great. This has just probably instructions. I have this already. Don't I have this already? I literally have this already. Why did they send me a second one? Hold on. Did they adjust something? Because, I mean, I was told by multiple people 3 or 4 years ago, get Ubiquiti stuff for networking. It's a little more pro level, and you could do all the stuff, and you can get a cloud key, blah, blah, blah. And I just needed it to work, but I got it, and I actually love the build. I love the fact that in case they're made of metal, all my Wi-Fi stuff, the Wi-Fi Ubiquiti thing down here. Oh, God. I got to tuck that wire up. It's great. But my security gateway shit the bed. Like, just shit the bed. Like, it went bad. Something went bad inside the security gateway. There was a firmware update for the external Wi-Fi things. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, by the way, we're just not gonna, we'll load, but it'll take like 20 minutes to load. And I was like, oh, God. So I haven't done a full reset on it, but I'm like, you know what? It's been 3 years, and I need this Dream Machine anyway. If I'm talking about that product, even though I haven't even opened it up yet. And anyway, so this is the sonic fiber stands that you can, I guess these are shorter ones. Dan, these are shorter ones. There you go. Hold that. Speaker stands. They clamp to a table, and you put this very heavy steel plate on it, and then it puts your speaker on it, and it definitely doesn't wobble at all.
Would it make any rattle noises there?
I mean, it won't rattle, but that's a very small contact patch for the amount of speaker. It lets you perfectly weight the center. I wouldn't. I have a set of those. I feel like those just need to be redesigned to be like stable. Whatever they cost, make them $50 more and make them not suck.
That's complicated.
Yes. So Dream Machine. Dan's got a Dream Machine. Dream Machine Pro. Chewbacca, new house, baby. Do I need this? This has my name on it. What does this say? I shouldn't show this on camera, right? I feel like that's a bad thing to show on camera. See, I've got a sixth sense for this shit. Throw that down. So the Dream Machine Pro is basically going to replace my security gateway, and it can replace a router, and it can replace
basically everything that Ubiquiti makes in one box.
And it costs like what? I think I paid with no hard drive, because it'll take a hard drive for security. I think with no hard drive, it came out to like $450.
Well, normally it's $399, but if you buy it from somewhere else, then it's more expensive.
Oh, I bought it from Ubiquiti. Look at that. They even have a tear thing.
Ubiquiti does good packaging.
Oh, that is amazing. Throw that out. Ubiquiti.
Throw it out.
It's great. How much did I pay for this? It was like $450 with tax and shipping.
Yeah, with tax and shipping.
Tax and shipping. Tax and shipping.
But it can do security camera. It can run 24 security cameras. It can do access control.
Yeah, my current security camera solution is not as clean as this. I won't talk about it. We don't talk about it on. Oh my God, that is sex. Did anyone see that? The sex just happened. Damn, the sex happened.
No, they do really good packaging.
And I'm actually gonna rack mount it because I have a rack to mount my. Is yours in a rack?
Yeah.
All right. I thought I was gonna be cooler than you for a second.
You have a rack in my basement.
I don't need this power plug because these are all generic ones. I'm going to use a fancy audiophile one. I need it to be extra pro.
Sound better.
Hell yeah, my security needs to have higher definition, more resolving.
Also, this can. What internet do you have? Do you have gigabit?
Gigabit down, not up.
So this can actually filter the security at gigabit, whereas your gateway now can only do 400 megabits a second when it's actually doing all the security stuff on it.
Really?
Yeah, so this can do all the intrusion prevention stuff at full speed.
I need to get when Ubiquiti cameras are made again, because they're all fucking out of stock.
No, they're made again. People are just buying them just as fast.
I was going to buy the doorbell one. Did I buy the doorbell one? I was going to buy the doorbell one because I realized my doorbell sucks because whenever it rings, I'm downstairs and I'm like, oh my God, is that someone telling my house on fire, or is it just a delivery driver that went ding and then walked away like it usually is? That's a weird. My granddaddy was a die cutter, and that's That's very
Because these glue
specific.
Together, so
Yeah, they do some work to this. That's an effort to make it shaped like that.
it can record your cameras, it can provision your access points, it can do the routing, it can do the security.
Does it even have an opening, or do they? Oh, there it is. You know, it's
It's just nice.
for the cost of it. For a rack mount 1U metal box that does literally everything. And then there was, all right, what are your thoughts on the Ubiquiti leak? Because you're a Ubiquiti fan, and I know Goldie is like, I hate Ubiquiti, or he uses it, but he hates it. He said, get something else. And I know other people are just like, eh.
It's bad. They don't really I can't really stand up for them for it, but like, they still make, in my opinion, the best bang for buck equipment, so.
Okay, so it has a screen on it too. What does the screen tell you?
It lets you kind of get basic stats and know its IP. Because you ever tried to connect to something like, what the fuck is this thing's IP address?
Yes.
See on the front. You gotta tilt it forward.
What?
I don't remember how you released that actually.
What does it go? It says a piece of tape on it?
It might be.
Ah, they did a thing. Oh, so yeah, here's my 3.5mm hard drive bay, which I have a couple million 3.5mm hard drives.
And you don't use
Stand in
that much
there.
space. Even the 1 terabyte I had in there for a while could record a camera for like 30 days.
One camera?
Yeah.
Well, when I get all my,
Scales down.
how many cameras can it support?
24. Unless you have 4K cameras, then obviously that number goes down.
I probably need one 4K camera.
So expensive.
Right in my bedroom, right above the bed.
Yeah.
That's where I want it. Anyway, so there's where your hard drive lives. Take this piece of tape off. Press, please remove. You're welcome. So that goes back in here. And then you have your 8-way the router. And you have
So it
your
has its own built-in little switch.
front-loaded, this is the actual internet.
Yeah.
And then you have another internet.
No, those are SFP ports. So you can get fiber, or you can hit your second, like
10G there, and then another second
This is
internet.
where your redundant internet can go.
Wow.
This is
So
a
if
10
I ever
this is a 10
got,
gigabit port, so if you have like the 48 port gigabit switch or whatever, you can fiber between them, so that way it can get full bandwidth.
wow, now I'm fucking jelly. Anyway, so if I got Starlink, I'd put it into that one.
Correct.
And if I got a fucking murder hub, I'd get it and put it into that one. And that's basically it.
Switch, don't you?
Yeah, I have a gigabit switch. And here's a USB connect, which
So what that is Ubiquiti makes like a backup power rack thing. So it's like a 1U big power supply,
uh-huh.
and it lets you.
Oh, that's a what's it called connector? A motherboard connector in there.
Yeah, so it's like a redundant power supply. So you have one AC, and then you can have like a redundantly fed DC thing, and it'll feed DC
Look at the
directly.
slots for the vents. How nice and clean this
It's
is.
so quiet.
It's so
It
clean.
makes no noise.
It's so clean. I love it. And it's silver. And I like rack mounts. Silver things, no more black things.
Ubiquiti makes good stuff.
They do. They just,
Sell it for very cheap, which is very interesting.
and they're piles of shit for having their breach and not telling anyone. But I mean, it's like, hey, someone broke into my house. It's wide open right now. You don't want to tell that. Like you would eventually tell people it happened.
No,
But
like, okay, so they could have handled it better, but pretty much every company has a breach at some point, so whatever.
I'm wondering if this is what killed my security gateway. If like I got downloaded a weird fucking firmware packet. Well, whatever. Anyway, so this is now going to go in my basement. I'm going to hook up the rack mount ears, which are adorable. Let me look at them. Rip the back down. I'm so sorry. Was Earl in his Kubota?
I didn't come from that way.
Oh, you didn't. I went past one way. He wasn't in it. Then I came back, and there was a woman cleaning out like newspapers and stuff. So I don't know if it was he's like poops in there or whatever, but it was like
Changing his bedding.
possibly like a gerbil. Anyway, I'll put those on. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Unboxings, and the Sonic Faber things. Here you go. You hang on this, and it's got adjustability. You loosen this up, and it can adjust that way, and you put the locking pin in. See, you put the pin in, and you slam it down, and then you tighten it again.
It's like the new Harbor Freight jack stands.
And then this, if this was just like an inch or two wider and like just bigger to give me more confidence in that. Because even the bottom could be whatever. The bottom should be out a little bit more. And this just needs to be a larger footprint because I could still rock it. Even on marble, if I put it to this, I could go back. I wouldn't do that. That'd be a bad idea. But for the amount of size of this plate and what it's claiming to be able to hold, you need like a steel plate and then to crush it down to 1,000,000 PSI to make me feel confident in it.
But we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. Goodbye. Damn it. Anyway, it's kind of upsetting to me when I order a thing and it shows up the next day, but then I get it off my stoop and I don't open it on my countertop until the day after that. So 2-day shipping would have been fine, Amazon. I'm sorry. Like, I know there's that, what is that benefit on Amazon when you order something? It's like, you know, free Prime shipping, because, you know, I pay for Prime, obviously. But then there's like, well, we could like take a couple more days, combine orders. We'll benefit you by like giving you like $1 worth of MP3s. And I'm like, nah, bring me my shit. I ordered these on live stream the day before yesterday, and they arrived yesterday. And there's 4 identical ones, so I'm only gonna open up one. And these are monitor mounts. In fact, Pasta, these are the Video Secu Video Security Solutions tilting wall mount. And I'm gonna look at it now and determine if it's well built enough for the actual purpose, which will not be mounting a TV to a wall. I'll actually attempt to be using these to mount speakers to a ceiling. And I know, Zeos, why can't you just buy ceiling speaker mounts? Well, there's really none that do what I want to do. It is relatively short, that's nice. We've got heavy duty Hecka screws. Those are nice for the ceiling. None of these mount screws are gonna work. I'm gonna have to go get something custom. The speakers in question are gonna be my rear channels in my basement. So my basement ceiling's only 8 feet high, so it's like shorter than that. And that means these speakers, I'm gonna mount them to the ceiling, but I wanna be able to rotate them and possibly angle them, although I don't think that's gonna be possible with this. I'd have to probably do something else. But at least rotate to get them right. And, you know, I'm just gonna end up drilling into the bottom of the speakers, because Swan sends me speakers for, well, let's face it, they're free. So it's like, yeah, just fucking rip off the bottom, massive screw bolts through here. Unless I mass a screw bolt through here into this, no, it's gotta be the bigger panel. This is actually very tight, because I think you need the wrench. Give me the wrench. I wanna see how this thing looks. Yeah, we spent a good deal of time on my live stream. Holy fuck. I may have to get an actual wrench on this. This is, there we go. All right, I got it. So, the way this is supposed to work is you're supposed to mount this on the wall, like that. And it's got one regular round hole and one oval hole. You're supposed to mount it to the wall. And then it can do this, and it can also do this. See, this is why I bought this particular one, because she spins like a mofo. And you could take it off with these screws, so I'll be able to mount this plate to the top, or the bottom of the speaker, because I'm gonna hang them upside down, because swans have that angle, it's gonna be perfect. And then this has to get mounted to the ceiling. And then I could just rotate the speaker as I see fit. And I could, like, it'll tilt this way, but I guess that's gonna be fine if it's just, if I don't design it that way. It's just a matter of getting this with a lag bolt through into a beam. I wanna really get this straight to a beam. I could just fill the gap in the floor joist with a plywood and then mount this to plywood. But if I can just boom beam this shit, that'll make my life a lot easier. So I got 4 of them, because 2 sides and 2 rears. Or backs, they're called backs in surround sound. But yeah, this rotation, John, here, this is the important part. And I'm pretty sure this is solid enough to hold everything. So I could take these 2 screws out, this one will come off. And then I could actually mount this and then just put this up there, and it's gonna be a pain in the dick hole, like the hole of a penis. It's gonna be a pain there. Oh, wait, is that? It does. Oh, it's even better. This actually, look at that. That's how they did the tilt mechanism. It just slides around in a cup. So I can actually adjust the angle, the angularity. I thought it was gonna be some sort of hinge here, but that will be perfect. That's even better than I thought. So that means I have to figure out which way it's tilting, because that only goes, I think, that way. Which means it's a slot in here. Does it go this way? Hold on. Oh, it does go that way. It goes in every direction. So no matter which way I do it, I should just be able to grab it once this is tightened in place and go and manipulate the speaker to be angled down or up or straight and twist. It's gonna be good. It's a good thing. This is a good thing. So these were like 10 bucks a piece or 12 bucks a piece. Can't go wrong with 50 bucks for 4 speaker mounts, which are not actually speaker mounts. So there you go. I'll probably do these today, even though it's Friday. Yeah, I'm not streaming for 2 days. I got other things to do on stream. So anyway, these video secure mount tilting. 2 things. What is this? For the basement, for the thing, you've seen me open these before, maybe you haven't. It's a 52 by 96 curtain. I am going to end up having 10 of them total. This is a 52 by 96 curtain in black. I'm waiting for one to show up with the yeah, four more. There's my 4 more curtains for the basement ceiling. And I'm almost out of my soap. Chewbacca, did you know this? I'm almost out of my soap. This is what I use for my dish soap. I think I brought this from my old apartment, actually. So when last time I ordered this. And I just buy the refills, and this is from a Head and Shoulders. And I just took it out and then cut the thing to be the right length, and then I just boop, pop that there. So we've got it. What I could do is I could take the rest of this, fill up the one in that sink, and then use my giant Head and Shoulders pump to clean up. The pizza was pretty good. Weird garlic oil. I'm sure there's 1,000,000 milligrams of salt, and I gotta watch my salt intake. But I have to try the pizza, or what's the fucking point? What's the point of living if you can't try the pizza? Jesus.